Shabbat Shalom. We begin services tonight on page 142, welcoming Shabbat with Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem l'shalom Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu l'shalom Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shulchem l'shalom Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
This week, almost the entire Torah portion, it seems, is about clothes. We're very fashion-forward people. This week's Torah portion, though, about the priest's clothing, about all of the beautiful items that went on the priest. Not actually unlike our Torah scrolls, right? Our Torah scrolls, the dressing that they have mimics oftentimes the breastplate of the priests, or the jewelry that was the priest might have worn, the things that elevated that priestly position. And I've shared this before, but I think always good to share this again, that maybe the most important part of the priest's garb was a little sign that the priest had on his forehead. Literally from his I guess it's almost like a turban the priest wore. Hanging from that was a little plaque that said Kodesh Ladonai, holy for God, holy of God. It's unclear who it was supposed to be reminding. The priest, God, people looking at the priest. And I always remember sitting in Rabbi Richard Levy's office studying that parsha with him, and him saying to me, what if we all walked around imagining little plaques on everybody's forehead, Kodesh Ladonai, holy to God. Could we live our lives like that as we encounter each other? This person, and this person, and this person, and this person. All of us holy to God, and hopefully holy to each other. Page 138. L'chadodi.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat likabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat likabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat likabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Hishmi'anu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'letila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor habracha, mehirosh mikedem mesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, ki va'oret kumi uri, shir daberi, kivod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha u'tzola, toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. It's kind of like bringing an old friend back. And for another old friend, if you turn to the inside cover of the handout, Tov Lehodot. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon. On this the day of days, my lips shall sing your praise, for from these words, I don't know what happened to the words, sings a song of love. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, u'lezamer l'shimcha. One more time, Tov lehodot. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon.
continue on page 120, page 121. Esther, if you'll join us on our bima as we light our Sabbath lights.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter the sanctuary in need and all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Amen. Hey.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner להדליק נר של שבת.
We begin to transition out of the Kabbalat Shabbat section of the service, receiving Shabbat into our main section of the service with the Chatzi Kaddish, page 144.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ויעמד יברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחייתך בית ישראל בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בעלמה ואמרו
Amen. Our call to prayer, the Baruch Hu, can be found on page 146. And interestingly enough, I mentioned the priests. The Baruch Hu is one of the prayers that can be traced back all the way to biblical times at the temple. This is one of the most ancient prayers that's a part of the liturgical service that we have and know of. So, thinking again about those priests with those Kodesh Ladonai signs in front of their heads, page 146, please rise if you're able.
Ya la la, ya la la la, 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 ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
'Please be seated. We continue reading together on the bottom of page 149. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv Aravim. And continuing responsively on the bottom of 151. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol.
All these things your Torah gives to us.
And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives.
What could be a truer token of your abiding love
than this holiest of your works in the living language that gives it form?
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Please rise if you're able once more for Shema, page 152.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha Hayom alevavecha, veshinantam levanecha, v'dibartam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, uvlechtecha v'derech, uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha, uv'kshartam lehot al yadecha, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני Adonai Elohechem.
Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. We continue reading together on the top of page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness,
that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Mi Chamocha, page 158.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh nora tehilot osef eleh malchutecha ra'u vanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam Seili, Seili, anu ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
On page 160 we ask God to watch over us tonight and all nights. It's that moment in the service where you have to let go a little bit. We have to let go of the idea that we can control it all, because we can't, and we never will. And so on 160, we ask for a little help, a little protection, a sukkah of peace surrounding us over all we love, over everyone we love. Page 160.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Ushmor tzitenu uvo'enu lechaim u'shalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'hamidenu shomreinu leshalom ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim.
And on 162, keep Shabbat, make it different, make it special. It's important.
Very.
Page 162.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, עוד היא לעולם, עוד היא לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
So the service, our Shabbat service, any service, is made up of distinct sections of worship. So we had Kabbalat Shabbat at the beginning. We've just gone through Shema V'Erchotecha, the Shema and our blessings, with the addition of the Shamru on Shabbat, of course. And then, so that's the end of this section, which is an important moment for me to reflect on the fact that I did not say Shabbat Shalom to everybody that's on our web stream. And as we transition to this new section of our service, the Amidah, Shabbat Shalom to you. And Shabbat, I already said Shabbat Shalom to all of you, but Shabbat Shalom again. The Amidah can be found on page 164. We will chant out loud through page 170. However, the Amidah continues through page 180. So when we are done chanting out loud, please continue either in the words in Hebrew or English, or if those words don't speak to you, close your Siddur, your prayer book, pray the words of your own heart. And when you are done, if you haven't already taken a seat, please have a seat so that we know we can continue together as one community. For now, though, if you're able, please rise, page 164.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Komel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei hakol, V'zocher chasdei avot v'imahot, U'mevii geula livnei bneihem, Le'ma'an shemo be'ahava, Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Ata gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol ata rav le'hoshia. Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממיט ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Page 178.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atah melech Adon bechol hashalom. Ki atah melech Adon bechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov b'einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם, תשים לעולם, תשים לעולם.
Seder Kriyat Torah, the service for the reading of Torah, can be found on page 364. It is my honor to invite to our Bima, Melissa Simon, from our Board of Trustees. Please rise if you're able.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, udevar Adonai mirushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadlul Adonai iti, ונרומם שמו יחדיו. Lecha Adonai הגדולה והגבורה והתפארת והנצח וההוד, כי כה בשמיים ובארץ, כי כה בשמיים ובארץ. לך אדוני הממלכה, וימית נעשה לכל ראש. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. הללו, 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 הללויה, הללויה, הללו, הללויה, 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 הללו, הללויה.
Yeah. Fun.
All right. So, Torah.
It's that time.
You can find the reading at the bottom of on the back of your front cover in that service handout, as Cantor Hayut chants for us in a few moments. While as I mentioned earlier, much of the Torah portion is about the garb and really the making of that garb that the priests would wear. It was also about we're beginning to sort of enter into this what feels like a very long section of Torah from basically now until the end of Leviticus. That's essentially directed at the priests. There is a bit of an interruption there as we sort of go back to Sinai, and there is actually within the rabbinic imagination, even 1,000, 1,200, 1,300 years ago, Rashi was saying, as were other commentators of his time and earlier, that Exodus is out of order. That's why we have the Sinai moment that happened 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago at this point, where we read the Ten Commandments, and then we'll have the golden calf incident next week. Yeah. So the rabbis make this claim that things got jumbled, and that Exodus is out of order. But you'll have to come to Torah study to find out more about that. So, Julie, you ready? All right. We call up Julie Barr for the Aliyah Ta'amod. Julie, do you know your Hebrew name? Do you know your Hebrew name?
Oh, Miriam.
Miriam, the Aliyah Torah. If you want to come on over here, Julie.
Here we go.
Baruch hu Adonai Mevorach.
Baruch Havarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Mevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam. Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Hamim. V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. ואת הכבש השני תעשה בין הארבעים כמנחת הבקר וכנזקה תעשה לה לריח ניחוח אישל אדוני עולות תמיד לדורותיכם פתח אוהל מועד לפני אדוני אשר יבעט לכם שמה לדבר אליך שם ונועדתי שמה לבני ישראל ונקדש בכבודי וקידשת את אוהל מועד ואת המזבח ואת אהרון ואת בניו אקדש לכהן לי ושכנתי בתוך בני ישראל והייתי להם לאלוהים וידעו כי אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים לשכני בתוכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chaye olam, nata botochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
We take a few moments now to think of our loved ones and friends, family, maybe even some of us here this evening who are in need of healing, whether that is a healing of body or mind or spirit. We pray that that all who are in need of that healing find a full and speedy healing. We are particularly mindful as a community of Johanna Mabry, Debbie Pissarak, Joanne Blumberg, Erica Arnold, Marilyn Jeffs, Valentina Wolfson, Sally Rose Campbell, Hillary Handwerger, David Bloom, Judy Eisenberg, Milton Schild, Jake Waxman, Bridget Ford, Roxanne Poandra, Joel Berger, Margaret Leslie, Karen Simon, Andrew Pebears, Steve Gill, Stacy Young, Elena Weissman, Paul Vanek, Reuven Levine, Jack Jr. Roper, Amy Pebears, Judah Winston Schwartz, Sidney Usum, Barry Hopkins, Dave Gordon, Julie Lambert, Mindy Maringer, Stacy Hostler, Ann Wisiak, Betsy Mark, Stephen Russman, Bill Wilkes, and Allison Conroy. If there are other names to add to our list for healing, please do so as my eyes meet yours.
Page 371.
Avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu מקור הברכה לאבותינו. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Please rise as our Torah scroll is lifted and dressed.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל, על פי אדוני ביד משה. יה לה 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 יה לה 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 יה לה 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 יה לה 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 יה לה 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 עץ חיים היא למחזיק עמה ותומכיה מיושר דרכיה דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה שלום שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה, חדש ימינו כקדם.
Thank you. Please be seated. It is now my honor to invite my wonderful colleague, Rabbi Daniel Alter, to our bima for our Devar Torah tonight.
In our Torah portion this week, we find another set of detailed instructions. Last week, they outlined the construction of the Ark of the Covenant. As Rabbi Josh said, this week it's all about the priests. We get two sets of instructions, one about their sacred vestments, their ritual clothing worn by Aaron and his sons as they perform rites and rituals. The second set describes the process of ordaining Aaron and his sons as priests to be ritual and religious leaders in the community. We read about the priestly uniform, from the multicolored robe to the gem-studded breastplate, from the embroidered sash and fringed tunic to the mystical and mysterious Urim and Tumim, sacred items of divination, something between a magic 8-ball and a golden compass. Yet despite all of that allure, all of that enchantment surrounding the establishment of these sacred relics, I find myself drawn to another part of our text. In Exodus 28:3, God tells Moses, "Next, you shall instruct every wise-hearted person whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom to make Aaron's garments, for consecrating him to serve me as a priest." Wouldn't that be nice? To be filled with the spirit of wisdom, and divine vitamin B12 shot kindling inside of us. Imagine how it would feel. Imagine yourself filled with the divine spirit of wisdom. I imagine I would feel a sudden sense of clarity, a knowledge of exactly what to do, and a confidence that accompanies such certainty. Yet as I read this passage, my thoughts turn not to what we can accomplish. I instead wonder what would happen when it ran out. It is easy to act when you feel fulfilled, validated, and secure. It's a lot harder to act when filled with instead doubt or fear. Every day, it seems, adds a new pressure. We're seeing younger and younger children, kids, struggling with anxiety. In education, we talk a lot about how best to give feedback to children, about the potential danger for kids who grow up receiving constant external validation from friends, from parents, from teachers. They can build their identity, their very sense of self, entirely on those ideas. When suddenly it all dries up, they can go into a tailspin. I've seen it, and I've experienced it. So what's the takeaway from all this? What's the call to action? How do we help ourselves and others to develop resilience? How do we enable ourselves and empower others to refill the tank, to find self-fulfillment? First, we talk about it. We acknowledge it. We open up, we shed light on our own struggles and break the spell of perfectionism. A second step is gratitude. We recognize and appreciate the joys, comforts, and privileges in our lives. And the third is self-care. Growing up, my dad used to tell me a story of two lumberjacks racing to chop down trees. Both went at it with full force, swinging their heavy axes over and over and over again. After a few hours, both men were exhausted. The first, despite his fatigue, kept at it, telling himself that he could not waste a moment. The second stepped away, drank some water, and sharpened his axe. Which one do you think won? We all need to make time for ourselves, to relax, to recharge, to sharpen the axe. Developing these practices of self-renewal is itself a practice. The more we do it, the better we get. Sometimes we also need a nudge, a little reminder now and then, a friend to ask about our progress, or a permanent symbol in plain sight. That symbol, the Ner Tamid, also appears in this week's parsha. But in the text, the eternal light was not so eternal. Back then, priests would light the lamps every night and allow them to burn until morning, a beacon of light in the darkness. The biblical commandment is not, in fact, to establish an eternal light. We do not have to live up to that unreasonable expectation. Instead, God commands us to perpetually kindle that light. The focus is not the light itself, but the act of lighting. Centuries later, the synagogue's Ner Tamid came to symbolize God's presence, a spiritual light emanating as if from the temple of old. Each time we enter this sanctuary, may the spiritual light emanating from our Ner Tamid fill us with divine wisdom, inspire us to act, and remind us of the importance of self-care. Shabbat Shalom.
One of the great things about working with B'nai Mitzvah students is that I get to look at the Torah portion anew year after year, not through my own eyes but through theirs, and I have to stop and take a new look at it. And related to what you were saying, Daniel, I was having a conversation with a young man, and he's written his Devar Torah around the idea. In about a month, as we get further description of the building of the tabernacle, the Torah portion that he's reading from begins with the command to observe Shabbat, right? And then you get this outline of how to build the tabernacle. And so we were reading, and I stopped him. I said, "Isn't that weird?" And he said, "What do you mean? Why is that weird?" And I said, "Well, when you want somebody to do something, what do you usually do? Like, what do you usually say to them?" And you say, "Oh, okay, you're going to clean up your room. Well, you start there, and you do this, and do that, and do that. And then maybe when you're done, you can take a break, you can play a video game, whatever, you can relax." But God starts the exact opposite way, right? Like, God says, have Shabbat. Be sure you're going to take Shabbat. And if you don't, by the way, it's a big deal. Take Shabbat, time for self-renewal. And then let me explain to you how to build the tabernacle. And so, you bring up this week one aspect of that, and it continues over and over again in our tradition of saying to us, just doing it, getting the job done, so to speak, is not enough in life. It's not enough. Thank you for raising that again and again for us. We continue on page 586 Aleinu, please rise if you're able.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol,
La'aseh kedula li'yosef bereshit,
shelo asanu k'goyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishmechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 591.
והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. In nature's ebb and flow, God's eternal law abides. When tears dim our vision or grief clouds our understanding, we often lose sight of God's eternal plan. Yet we know that growth and decay, life and death, all reveal a divine purpose. God, who is our support in the struggles of life, is also our hope in death. We have set God before us and shall not despair. In God's hands are the souls of all the living and the spirits of all flesh. Under God's protection we abide, and by God's love we are comforted. O life of our life, soul of our soul, cause your light to shine into our hearts and fill our spirits with abiding trust in you. We are in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning for Matilda Post, Sean Brower, Jeffrey Gersh, David Koenig, and Edward Pausner. Our yard sites this week are for Siegfried Alexander, Rachel Barnett, Ann Bass, Arnold Bennett, Morris Bernstein, Irving Boygan, Ben Bonowit, Harry Bornstein, Simon Borowitz, Kate Braun, Renee Brower, Judith Burrell, David Caesar, Geraldine Cohen, Harry Cohen, Marion Davidson, Lloyd Eldon, Vivian Falk, Warren Freeband, Paul Friedlander, Boris Gankin, Lena Gitterman, Yvette Glick, Janos Gambosi, Ruth Rose Gramet, Faye Grunner, Henrietta Hamburger, Madeline Human, Stephen Hymans, Martin Kalb, Raymond Kaniger, Zena Kira, Alfred Klunover, Joseph Kors, David Kronik, Aline Lesueur, Charlotte Lewandowski, D. Ann Levine, Leonard Linkner, Gloria Litwack, Erwin Morrison, Gidel Perlov, Esther Lichstein, Julian Lichstein, Elizabeth Lichstein Jaffe, Sam Pickus, Eva Pritzker, Sharni Shattle, Erwin Schwartz, Mitchell Shaw, Tibor Sivak, Sarah Tillman, John Wadley, and Maury Weintraub. If there are other names to add to our list for mourning, please do so when my eyes meet yours. For all of those mentioned, for all of those who go unmentioned, and for all of those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, we rise, page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divarach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'yamru amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam Olamei Almaya Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar, v'yit'aleh, v'yithalal, shemei d'kudesha b'richu, ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehe shalama rabba min shemaya, ve'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen.
Zichronam livracha, may their memories be forever a blessing. Please be seated. It is my honor to invite back to our Bima Melissa Simon for words of welcome and brief announcements.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. My name is Melissa Simon, and I'm on the Board of Trustees, and I'd like to welcome everybody. Okay. All right. My name is Melissa Simon, and I am on the Board of Trustees, and I am happy to welcome everybody here tonight. I think some weeks you need Shabbat a little bit more than others, and for me, this is one of those weeks, and so this was a beautiful way to start Shabbat. If you look on the backside of the brochure, we have just a few of the things that are happening at TBE. So you can read through and see the various options. I do know we're still looking for Purim volunteers coming up in March. I think that's it, unless there are any other announcements that I've missed. Abby. All right. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Melissa. I'm going to highlight two things actually that I think are not actually on our handout here. Coming up next month, one thing very, very new just was confirmed on Wednesday. April Baskin, who was recently the vice president of Audacious Hospitality for the Union for Reform Judaism, who will be here the week of March. Well, she's going to be at the synagogue March 14th. She's going to be speaking here. It's a Thursday night, but she is coming here as a part of the. I forget exactly what Marla is calling the panel on the weekend, but a number of really incredible Jewish women are coming to a program sponsored by the Social Work School and the Jewish Communal Service Program that Carla runs for a number of days of sort of Jewish feminism, and April is one of those speakers that will be there and then will be here. April is a person of color and a member of obviously the Jewish community, and was also on the steering and leadership committee for this most recent Women's March in January. So she will be talking about issues of race within the Jewish community and her experience in leadership of the Women's March, and clearly those two things also have a lot to do with each other. If you're familiar with what happened with the Women's March this year. So it's really going to be a fantastic evening, meeting with April, hearing her speak, and doing some breakout sessions as well to really confront our own sense of race and racism, of course, within the Jewish community as well. So please do join us for that. You'll be getting more information about that soon. And then 2 weeks later, as if to prime us for the president of the Union for Reformed Judaism. Rick Jacobs will be here. And again, I mentioned Carla's name already once, but Carla and Deborah Dashmore, who are two of our members here, as well as Tilly Seamus, who is the executive director of Hillel, will be sitting on a panel with Rabbi Jacobs at the Museum of Art on the university campus, talking about the future of American Judaism. That should be a really fantastic program as well. And then he'll be with us on the 29th for Shabbat. So you don't get me or Daniel speaking, but you'll have Rabbi Rick Jacobs delivering the Dvar Torah that evening. So please do join us the 28th, 29th, the 14th. There's a lot going on here in March.
I'm going to throw in also that on the 16th, at the end, as the conference ends, we're going to be having a really awesome musical program with also one of the presenters at the conference.
We're just taking full advantage of that.
They're here. We want them to come here.
Yes.
Alicia Spiegels is one of the founding members of the Klezmatics. She's a violinist and a singer and an awesome klezmer musician. And she's going to be doing a concert here.
There's one last thing, announcing on behalf of Carla. If you would be willing to host one of the women who's coming, who would prefer not to stay in a hotel but would like home hospitality, get to know the community a little bit more, see me, let me know, or if you know my wife Sarah, reach out to her, because I'll just be reaching out to her. It's even better if you just go to her, because it'll actually happen that way. So Trina, you want to
made a sign up for Sarah.
Wonderful.
So it's going to be on the WTV site also.
Perfect. Go to the WTV website if you sign up to host one of the women coming in to speak on this panel. Thank you very much, Trina.
Do you have something, Betty, that you wanted to?
Just what I said. Just sign up on the
repeated.
WTV website if you'd be willing to host one of the presenters. Okay. That it will be March 13th, 14th, 15th in there? Okay. Yes. All right. I was already walking over here.
I know, you remembered better than I.
Don't you remember Kiddush and Motzi?
The most important part of the evening. Well,
careful.
To this one.
All right. At the very beginning of everything, when God created the heaven and the earth, God made a separation between the sea above and the sea below, and God planted plants on the earth and put the sun and the moon and the stars in the sea above, and then put the fish and the sea monsters in the sea below, and the flying creatures in the sea above, and then created all the creepy crawly things that crawl all over the earth, and then finally created us human beings and said, now it's time to rest.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'ahava uvratzon hinpilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki banu v'acharta, v'otanu kidashta, mikohanim, v'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon, inchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh Hashabbat lechaim.
Yummy, grape juice.
Pretty good.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon.
Okay. You want there?
Thank you.
We will conclude our service on page 625.
All right.
Cool?
Cool.
אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא ועת נעשה בחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא אזי מלך שמו נקרא ויחרק תקנות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא אחד ואין שני להמשילו להכבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית בלא העוז והמשרה בלא העוז והמשרה והוא אלי וחי גואלי וצור חבלי בעת צרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום אקרא מנת כוסי ביום אקרא בידו אבקיד רוחי בעת אישן בעירה ועם רוחי גביעתי אדוני לי ולא אירא אדוני לי ולא אירא.
Before I say Shabbat Shalom, one last thing. It's almost been a year, Melissa, since you've been here, right? I mean, it's in March. Next
9
month.
months.
Next was it March that you started coming? Yeah.
April?
April. Okay. Okay.
Passover.
Almost a year.
Passover.
If you have not yet met our still new executive director,
We'll let you be new for a few more months.
sitting next to the husband of the old executive director. The
Former.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry. Please. Yes, he needed some executive leadership. So please, during the Oneg, make sure you introduce yourself to Melissa Sigmund, our new-ish executive director. Shabbat Shalom. Please take your Sidurim with you as you exit the sanctuary.
I won't. There's no flowers. I've never been here when there's no flowers.